believe that souls will linger in locations where tragedy happens. In this case, a number of miners have lost their lives to their job, and their souls still wander around in these mines, moaning and groaning in pain. Today, we'll be looking at some of the most haunted mines in history. Starting off this countdown, we have Dawson Mine. On October 22nd, 1913, an explosion occurred in the Dawson Mine, New Mexico. Sadly, around 263 miners were killed. But that wasn't the end of it. Tragedy continued to strike the mines and the workers. On February 8, 1923, another explosion occurred. 123 miners were killed in this explosion. Nowadays, this place has a reputation of being terribly haunted. Visitors have seen lights flickering on and off. The lights apparently look like ones on a mining helmet. And they have heard whispers and voices, or have even seen ghostly figures vanish right before their own eyes. To this day, one of the things that still remains in Dawson is a pile of white crosses, representing all the lives that were lost there. In our 9th spot, we have Seaham Coal Mine. In 1880, an underground explosion in this mine caused 160 people to lose their lives, including people in and around the mines, and some of the rescuers. The cause of this accident is still unknown. It wasn't just the miners or nearby workers affected though. A woman dropped dead after hearing news that her brother died. Some other individuals took their own lives because they couldn't handle the tragedy. As a result, a number of places became haunted. Not just the mine, but the homes of the people who died in the tragedy as well. In our 8th spot, we have Morfa Coal Mine. In 1890, this mine saw one of the worst mining disasters in Wales. An explosion caused 89 people to lose their lives. But this wasn't the first time that tragedy had struck the area. In 1858, a series of explosions killed 4 men. In 1863, 40 men lost their lives, and in 1870, 29 people lost their lives. Hence why this mine is now considered cursed. In fact, it's been given the name the Pit of Ghosts. This is because there's a legend from the UK that says any spirit of anyone killed in a pit will hover around that spot forever. Since these disasters, a number of unexplainable events have happened in the mine. In fact, men refused to work down there because they kept seeing and hearing strange lights. Apparently, the ghosts would make their presence known by knocking on the walls and wailing loudly. Coming in at number 7, we have Oak's Mining Pit. In 1866, a series of explosions ripped through the mine for 2 days. As a result, 361 men died in this mine. Of course, after so, people were terrified to go back into the mine, not because of what happened, but because it was now haunted. In fact, the UK Paranormal X team investigated the mine and said that it was filled with negative energy and even demonic activity. Further investigation led them to discover that the land itself was cursed. If the land is cursed, well, that means anything on the land is also cursed as well. Moving on to number 6, we have San Manuel Magma Copper Mine. Now, this is said to be one of the largest underground copper mines in the world, but it's also one of the most haunted mines in the world. So, located in San Manuel, Arizona, this mine is haunted by ghost miners. One famous ghost that people often see is called White Boots. They gave him the name because the spirit is always seen wearing a pair of white boots. Other people down there have experienced unexplained lights and sounds. However, this mine was closed in 2003. Since then, White Boots has apparently terrorized other mines all over the world. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Sterling Hill Mine. Located in New Jersey, this mine opened in 1897 by the New Jersey Zinc Company, and it was in operation until 1986. However, during its 90 years of operation, the mine saw nearly 80 deaths. Although this mine is closed, it still holds the reputation of being undeniably haunted. A number of people have heard footsteps, voices, and whispers coming through the mine. In fact, some have even seen shadowy figures or faces while down there exploring. According to local legend, one of the spirits is a former miner named Bicycle Pete. Basically, legend goes that after the mine closed in 1986, miner Pete continued to ride his bike around town and near the mine. One day, he never returned home. He went missing. Eventually, his bicycle was recovered, but Pete was never seen again. Now it's said that his soul haunts the mine. Apparently, if someone yells "Bicycle Pete" down into the mine taunting him, Pete might just pull them in and they'll suffer the same fate that he did. In our fourth spot, we have Platteville Haunted Mine. Located in Wisconsin, Platteville Mine opened in 1845. And ever since it did, it's been plagued with tragedy. From miners perishing down there to people who went down there to take their own lives. In fact, to this day, the miners can still be seen haunting the mines. Not only that, but a man hung himself in the mine, and he has been seen a number of times appearing in an apparition form, with the rope still dangling from his neck. Nowadays, if you really want to explore the mine, you can. Around Halloween, the town offers haunted mine tours. You can even ride the 1931 mine train down into the mines to see what it was like for the miners. In our third spot, we have the Great Western Coal Mine. On April 11th of 1893, a nasty fire occurred in the coal mine. Sadly, this led to the deaths of 63 men and boys. A total of 200 were reported as trapped, but only 150 were rescued. By April 14th, 53 bodies had been recovered. The rest they couldn't find. Basically, what happened was a haulage engine set fire and nearby drop sheets caught on fire. Then the fire spread with ease. It ignited the timber supports before filling the mine with smoke and fumes. After this tragedy, people reported the mine being haunted. Some say if you're down there too long, you'll start to feel heat and smell smoke. Some have even seen apparitions of the miners burning to death in the fire. In our second spot today, we have Kennecott Mine. Located in Alaska, Kennecott was a city once filled with millions of dollars worth of copper ore. So when copper ore was first discovered on the land, workers set out to create a mine and track system, but this led to tons of deaths. During the construction of the mine, tons of individuals lost their lives. The death toll continued to increase when the mine opened. A number of miners lost their lives to cave-ins and unsafe working conditions, and that's when the hauntings started. Miners got so scared that they didn't want to continue working. They reported hearing cries for help from the dead miners. Sometimes the ghosts would even taunt them and move their tools from them. Nowadays, the mines are abandoned and the town is now considered a ghost town. Quite literally too. And in our number one spot today, we have Levack Mine. Over the years, this mine has terrified a number of people. It all started back in the 1970s. It was a normal weekend and 3 people were working there. This included the single hoistman, an operating shaft boss, and a fire guard. Everything was going well until the fire guard decided to descend into the mine at night. That's when the operating shaft boss got a panic call from him telling him that he had seen things and that he needed to get out of there. When he finally got to the fire guard, he was a mess, panicking like crazy. Apparently, he had seen someone down there, but he knew that was impossible for someone else to be down there. He knew that what he saw was a ghost. Ever since then, the mine has had a reputation for being haunted. A number of other people have also seen ghosts down there as well. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. If you want to see more creepy haunted places, then let me know in the comments below. And now, let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Dark Predictions Made by Time Travelers Part 3. Ben Putnam commented, I believe there is a real Jurassic World somewhere they don't want everyone to know about. Okay, like in a different universe are we talking about? Or are we saying that like scientists actually brought dinosaurs back to life and they're currently on the Earth somewhere and it did the opposite of Jurassic World where they didn't go off on a rampage and kill people? I don't know. Red Panda commented, if we do meet aliens, I'm probably going to be fine. And that's something that an alien would say. You're just meeting your homies. You're like, finally I get to reunite with my brother Mark from planet Zion. I don't know. And Maku commented, if Bigfoot finally show itself, I will personally invite him for a BBQ cigar and a beer. Where's my invite, bro? I like barbecues, maybe not the other two, but I'm down for some good old burgers and hot dogs. But also, yeah, I bet the Bigfoot is just like so chill. That's how I'm picturing him. Just like a chill big dude. Like, alright guys, if that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video, make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll show y'all when I show y'all. Bye!